You'll find in the deconditioning and experimenting that your relationships shift. Take good care of yourself. Your form is valuable and precious. Now, learning this can help protect you. We're going to help you familiarize yourself with how the not self in your life gets in the way of success. Remember to tap in or tune into you, because mastering your awareness will assist you in being able to fulfill whatever it is that your possibilities happen to be, no matter your type. One of the things about being correct is that the moment that you're correct, you stop comparing yourself to any other, because you're the only one that can live your life's purpose, your life's work, your life's fulfillment. So let's talk about your BodyGraph as a business. When you look down at it, every single open white center has a specific potential for profit. Okay, so this section here is about proof and ego. A lot of people who are trying to prove themselves or improve themselves. A lot of people who are wanting to be worthy. So the thing that's holding you back, your sense of unworthiness. Can you stop that? Change to facilitate your awareness principle, and you will see, you will find that there is grace on this plane. You can have the capability of being with others without having to prove. It just takes time to align. Being on the material plane, we're here anyway. Why not experiment? This life that gives you the kind of security or sense of well-being that has nothing to do with your value. Your value is infinite. So, well, when you're stopping the cycle, the vicious cycle of selling yourself cheap, thinking other people are better than you, if you let go of all of that, because what is true is that if you are constantly bending over backwards, what happens is you are not aligned to you. Stand up for yourself. There is nothing inside of you that's unworthy, truly. Everything has its place and its purpose on this planet. Usually what happens when you're a child is you think of those things that are specific to you are actually, when it comes to no matter what you have, it's not enough. That's a poverty mindset. If you think it's not enough to have this much in your bank account, are you going to feel safe when you get there? Watch how when you get there and you don't feel safe, because it's not about the money. Even if you get the amount of material, you still may not feel worthy. Trust me, I know what it's like to have tons of money and then have it all disappear. Or have tons of money and feel like I'm not really worthy. You don't want to live like that. No matter what the reward is, the money that you think is going to make you feel free, it's digits on a screen. It's a sickness. It's the not self that just wants more, that hungers, longs for, yearns for more. So when you're proving your value and worth from a shadow self tendency, you are not going to have the same kind of capability of being what you came here to be or doing what you came here to do. Now, when it comes to you, open at the solar plexus area. Half of the population are like this. So that means half of the world are hiding, lying, and avoiding confrontation in their shadow. Things don't come out. They're corrupt, or that person's corrupt, and nobody says anything, so we don't stir the pot, we don't make any trouble. Let's not bring on that pain and suffering. Maybe it'll go away. That's how lives go down the drain. Companies fall apart because nobody wants to confront or say anything. Nobody wants to deal with the fallout. So they put on a smile. You might find them giggling nervously because they don't know what to say. The emotional system is a really harsh frequency to encounter when it's uncomfortable in you because it's volatile in the other. So that's holding you back, as in standing up and confronting when the truth is necessary is one of the gifts that you've been given. Just like with the heart of the matter, being able to see who can keep their promise or what is valuable to the company, to life, to business, doesn't matter. That's the wisdom potential. So again, openness is where we make money. Openness is where there's wisdom. Openness in the emotions can be leading you to be dishonest when under pressure. That's holding you back. So you don't work well with emotional confrontation or quotas. You're going to be much more productive and happier when you're not under pressure. When you're not under pressure from your mind, especially. Your mind screams here because of the emotional frequency. I need stuff. I want stuff. I don't know what I'm passionate about, or I'm really passionate about this, and I desire those things that maybe aren't not yours. So confront when the truth is necessary. Another half of the population undefined in the G center, the higher self. So you, when you're open to, need to be comfortable in the place that you're working in or with the penta that you're working with. And you're going to need to be given direction. Oh, it's so clear to me. If you've ever seen someone who's open here, not knowing what to do, they need direction too. So if that's true for you, and you're taking on other people's direction without waiting for your authoritative principle, you're going to get lost here, not knowing your role. Whereas with the survival capability, the splenic center, what happens here is that you can be very susceptible to being used by others, because you hold on to things that aren't good or healthy and you make the same mistakes over and over again. And you're susceptible to pressure of trying to speed things up and get things done. So one of the things that you need to learn how to do is not overwhelm others if you're under pressure. Just like over here, learning how to live life without necessarily knowing what role you're playing, but being like a chameleon as you're given direction and making sure that it's right for you to take. In the world of health, safety, security, well-being, what can happen is when you're under pressure, you might act from fear, and that can be overwhelming. Fearful states or places, ways of being, fear for your survival, fear for the future or the past catching up with you. So make sure that you are following your decision-making process, being your own authority. How we make money is being able to assess other people in their health, their well-being, how they make money, lots of ways. How you make money is being wise about other people's roles. How you make money is confronting when the truth is necessary. Being wise about the emotional, social, relational context you find yourself in. How you make money is what is truly valuable. Who can deliver value or shock and initiate or be in control or be the best? So remember, with the openness, they have always two sides of any coin. One is a shadow, and every shadow contains a gift. So if you're open in the splenic too, you might find that you feel things in your body before other people are aware of it. So perhaps at some point, you'll let go of making the same mistakes over and over again and know what truly is bringing health to the life or well-being to the life. Now, Conceptualizing things, it can feel really embarrassing when you get something wrong. Intellectual humiliation leads to major crises here with the Ajna. So, what happens in your shadow, and that leads you to not make enough money or not be as successful, is that you hide your uncertainties rather than asking for clarification. So, somebody's talking and you space out. Instead of saying, I apologies, can you say that again? Can you repeat that? You nod your head and assume you know what they're talking about rather than asking for clarification because you don't want to look dumb. You got to stop that. You got to let go of that. And the wisdom potential here is to know or be aware of who out there is certain, selling other people's processes, systems. Okay. With the head, you can get incredibly overwhelmed by mental pressure of questions, mental pressure that questions bring. So if you're trying to answer everyone else's questions, if you're lost and confused because you're trying to motivate others and you're under pressure to try and figure it out. Now, these two work hand in hand, trying to figure it out. What happens is you take on other people's things that are interesting and inspiring to them, but maybe not really important to you, unfortunately. It's true. Oftentimes, this one is no gate activations hanging out, totally open, incredibly vulnerable, and at the same time, absolutely wise about what's out there. Wisdom potential, true wisdom potential, lies in unattached observation of the openness. Now, if you've got an undefined sacral center, you can end up totally exhausted by doing the wrong thing because you don't know when enough is enough and you overexert yourself trying to get things done. Maybe you've got an undefined inspiration. Somebody asks you a question and you go, yep, I got to go figure that out. And you try to spin your reels and figure it out, staying up late at night, looking, not finding necessarily the answers to those great existential questions of why. How does life work? When you're undefined in the sacral, you're here to study life. You're not here to be the energy frequency. That's generator business. So study life. Learn to be wise about how energy is used. With the root, you in an undefined state can get used by others to meet deadlines because you're the one who'll get it done faster than anybody else. What you need in your life is less stress or maybe no stress, no deadlines. Is it possible for you to take that pressure off of yourself, thinking that you have to get something done at a certain time? Ease in your life or easiness. Otherwise, adrenal fatigue, so much stress. These two culprits of burnout, especially. So letting go of your mind running the show, thinking that you have to hurry. Okay? Wait when you've got an undefined throat. When you're trying to speak and do things in order to attract attention, it can really go south. When it's completely open, you may not know or even be aware of how you're trying to attract attention or what you're trying to attract attention to. You're using other people's voices and you just may not be aware or know what's truly so deep inside of you to say, speak, or do, unless you experiment with being your own authority. That's one of the experimenting processes. Now, my next steps for you are to contemplate on what your experience is. And it's right for you to take your time in this, if it's right for you. Or you can share with others in the forum the results of your experience whenever it's right for you to do so, whenever it's right for you to share and know what's there. Live your uniqueness and be your own authority. This is part of the process of the development of your consciousness, your spirit, the abundance that arises from within. You can find that frequency that's true to you. Honor the nature of the integrity of what's right for you. Be your own authority.